Hello, this is Jane Goodall. I really wish I could be with you in person for this exciting festival, but I'm grateful for the chance of sharing a few words with you. There's no doubt that we're facing unprecedented challenges, politically, socially, and environmentally. And it's desperately important that we should find solutions to these many problems. If we fail, well, I leave it to you to imagine the world in 50 years' time. What are the toughest challenges we face? Climate change probably tops the list, as human activity, especially our reckless burning of fossil fuels, releases vast amounts of CO2 and other greenhouse gases into the atmosphere, blanketing the globe, trapping the heat of the sun, causing changes in weather patterns everywhere. There are worse and more frequent storms, floods, droughts, heat waves, and fires. And all that, along with the destruction of habitats and pollution, has plunged us into the sixth great extinction of plant and animal life. Industrial farming, with its reliance on chemical herbicides, pesticides, and fungicides, along with artificial fertilizers, is wreaking havoc on biodiversity. It's killing the very soil on which we depend. Then there's poverty. Very poor people harm the environment in their struggle to survive. When I arrived at the Gombe National Park in 1960 to study chimpanzees, it was part of a forest belt that stretched across Africa. 25 years later, when I flew over the area, Gombe was a small island of forest surrounded by bare hills. People were cutting down trees to make land for growing food to feed their families or to make money from charcoal or timber. And then, on the other hand, there's the problem of the unsustainable lifestyles of so many of us. Then there's corruption everywhere. There's the growing gap between the haves and the have-nots, which, along with gender and racial discrimination, is leading to anger, demonstrations, hatred, and often violence. There are 110 armed conflicts around the world as I write. It's not surprising, is it, that people are losing hope? They become angry, depressed, the suicide rate is going up, or just apathetic, not seeming to care, because what's the point? And apathy is fatal. Fortunately, there's much good news. There are people tackling every one of the problems I've mentioned, as well as all those that I haven't. For example, when I realized that if we didn't help the people around Gombe to find ways of making a living without destroying their environment, we couldn't save chimpanzees or anything else. And so the Jane Goodall Institute, JGI, started Takari, and that's our method of community-led conservation. Takari is now operating in 104 villages throughout Chimp Range in Tanzania, and is now in 6 other countries where JGI works to conserve chimpanzees and their forests. And now the people understand that protecting the environment isn't just for wildlife, but for their own future. They've become our partners in conservation. And the hills are no longer bare. Nature's resilient if we give her a chance. About the same time as we were starting Takari, I was meeting young people everywhere who were losing hope. They were mostly apathetic, but some were deeply depressed and some were angry. And when I asked them, why do you feel like this? They all said much the same thing, that we, previous generations, had compromised their future and there was nothing they could do about it. Indeed, human activities have been harming their future, and we're still harming it today. But I told them we have a window of time to at least slow down climate change and loss of biodiversity if we get together and take action. I began our humanitarian and environmental movement for young people, Roots and Shoots, in 1991 with 12 high school students and their friends. That program is now in 70 countries, and it has members from kindergarten through university and beyond. Its main message is that every one of us makes an impact on the planet every single day, and we can choose what sort of impact we make. Millions of even small changes makes a big difference. Roots and Shoots members choose themselves 3 projects to help people, to help animals, and to help the environment. They discuss how they will do this choice, then they roll up their sleeves and take action. The reason this festival is so important is that it's bringing together committed people from all walks of life: scientists, researchers, entrepreneurs, journalists, educators, and many more. And you're all committed to trying to make this a better world. I hope that you'll have wonderful discussions, share ideas with each other, and explore ways in which you and the world can work together. Thank you.